Israel saying it's destroyed the home of a Palestinian man who helped murder 5, including 3 Americans. The slaughter with meat cleavers took place inside of a Jerusalem synagogue. The president condemning the attack in the, quote, strongest terms. But what about the words and the tone he has used there? Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, Fox News strategic analyst on this. And Colonel, good morning to you. Ralph, welcome back. Bill. Here is part of the statement that was partially read yesterday. Watch.
We condemn in the strongest terms these attacks. A number of people were wounded and 4 people were killed, including 3 American citizens. So this is a tragedy for both nations, Israel as well as the United States, and our hearts go out to the families who obviously are undergoing enormous grief right now.
Well, what do you think of that?
Well, he did not condemn it in the strongest terms, Bill. He treated it almost as if it's a natural disaster. Another part of the statement, he seemed to apportion blame equally between Israelis and Palestinians, and he just will not face up to the fact that this is about a religious war waged by one slice of Muslims, the radical slice, not all Muslims, against civilization, against the West. I mean, let's look at what happened. Shouting Allahu Akbar, God is great, Allah is great. 2 Palestinian radicals stormed into a synagogue with knives, axes, hatchets, and guns, purposely into a synagogue, took on 4 rabbis, killed 4 rabbis, not just bystanders, 4 rabbis. About 10 other people are also injured. Another policeman died because of his injuries in this. But when you go into a synagogue and kill rabbis, you know, it's not, you know, a random act of violence. And we've got to face up to that. The president has to face up to it. And frankly, all this stuff about jihad being a peaceful inner struggle, that's like saying that Nazism was about legitimate genetic research. Jihad always has been and is about attacking the infidel. Well,
why? So, then go to the why, if you could, Ralph, because it's the same tone we hear when an American is beheaded and posted online. You know,
right,
exactly. It's almost like you want a double shot of espresso to slide across the table and say, you know, I mean, who's speaking up for us as a country? Who's speaking up for America on this?
That's absolutely the case. And past a certain point, Bill, we can't get inside Obama's mind. But he seems to be a prisoner of the Bill Ayers Reverend Wright School of International Relations, in which Christians are bad, unless they're from radical sects. Jews are always bad, and Muslims from the third world are always good. And it's just not that way. Obama seems to have trouble, even after 6 years, coming to grips with the reality of the threat facing us. Bill, this is a vast, complex, international, religious, fanatical struggle against Western civilization. And we saw they've already, you know, in Libya, in the city of Derna, that's declared itself part of the caliphate. The caliphate is spreading beyond Iraq, beyond Syria. And, you know, without getting hysterical about it, this is a grave and serious threat that our president wants to take a tweezers to it when you need a sledgehammer.
Well, he talked about lowering tensions. I mean, listen, we may be on the verge of a 3rd intifada here, and yes, the words may be right, but sometimes you want a little more heart there, Ralph, and we don't have it. I've got to run. Thank you. Colonel Ralph Peters in Washington with us today. Thank you.